Hey.
What's going on?
How are you guys doing tonight? Wow, we got 7 people in here when we didn't have anybody.
Everyone's in here now.
So, how are you guys doing?
So amused by the lip.
He's way too amused by his own teeth right now.
It looks like I have
Way too amused. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
How are you? Welcome.
So
tonight we're going to talk about...
Hi, Susan.
Oh, hey. Hey, Susan. How are you? Welcome back. Hey, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sam, how are you?
Hi. Cool.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Travis.
Hello. Hey,
All
Cosmo.
right. Hey, Cosmo. I didn't say Cosmo, did I? I'm so sorry. I just said, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight, I'm a little bit of a mess tonight. Well, he looks amazing. We're going to be talking about murders that have happened on Halloween. Also, we're going to talk about some Halloween urban legends as well.
Yeah.
So I will say some of these are a little bit brutal. So I guess I should put up a little warning here. Warning, the related content may be disturbing to some individuals. This is going to scare some people. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's get started. Ooh, wrong one.
Uh-oh. We almost brought up porn.
No. So we're going to start with Ronald O'Brien. He has been known to...
Hey, Calvin. Sorry, I forgot Calvin is watching.
Hey,
I
Calvin!
think he still can't. He can't.
How long
comment.
does it take to get ready? I wake up like this.
Tonight? I kind of just ripped the face off, and it came off, and it just happens.
This is what Hexus looks like under the mask.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is what
Honestly,
a Ka looks like under the
probably
mask.
about 45 minutes. An hour.
Usually when I'm not smearing things all over the place and, actually taking my time, about an hour.
It just depends. Like if
Depends on the day.
Hexes only takes a few minutes because it's easy.
A Ka takes about an hour.
This took about 45 minutes. So, and I'm not good painting stuff. It just looks cool. I just like doing. I do everything messed up. I like the whole black metal way of doing things with face paint.
And I'm too much of a perfectionist, so I'm covering up where I messed up with my hair.
We used to literally take. So we would do like this perfect back in the day, back in high school and stuff. I would do this like perfect black metal, corpse paint or like that. And then the thing was, you take your hand and you smear it, and then you smear the black all over your arms and all their stuff.
I get bothered by it.
Yeah.
I do. I can't do it. All right, so we're gonna start with the Candyman, or the man who killed Halloween. His name is Ronald O'Brien.
Oh, figures a Ronald would kill Halloween.
So, I should have done this earlier.
What are we doing? What's going on here? Ronald
O'Brien. So this guy is a piece of shit.
Was he the one who's putting... What was he doing?
He killed his own kid.
Oh!
This is him.
Was his kid's name Halloween?
No.
Oh,
Timothy.
that.
So, on Halloween of 1974, 8-year-old Timothy O'Brien returned to his Houston home from a long, awesome night of trick-or-treating. His father, Ronald, decided to give him one last piece of candy. It was a pixie stick. He ate it instantly. Within moments, Timothy was vomiting.
What was it? Cyanide?
He
No.
died on the way to the hospital. After changing his story multiple times, the police learned that Ronald was responsible for his son's death, and he had poisoned it with, yes, cyanide.
Cyanide.
Turns out Ronald was in debt and had taken out life insurance policies on his children. A year later, the dumbass was found guilty of murder, and he was given the death penalty by lethal injection.
You know, the way cyanide and everything works, because
Painful.
well, it's not just that, but it mimics a heart attack, right? Mm-hmm. So, to think that he would believe he would get away with this with a child, you know, because they're gonna be like, "What's going on here?" They're definitely gonna look into it because it's like, a child's not gonna die of a heart attack.
And if they do, it's very rare that there's no underlying issue that was caused by
Exactly. The Iceman, Richard Kuklinski, that was his favorite way of killing people because of the fact that he could walk up to him, give him an injection or whatever he did just by walking by him at a disco or something, because at the time he was killing in the 70s and stuff, and he was a hitman in New York. He would just do that, and then all of a sudden it looked like they just died of a heart attack in a hospital, and they wouldn't look into it. But a kid, on the other hand, they're definitely going to look into this. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What did
So,
Susan put up?
oh, she said that I wear my Halloween face year round. No. And Cosmo says, "Damn you, Ronald O'Brien." Actually, Ronaldo O'Brien. I'm going to say Ronaldo from now on. I love it.
We're coming after you, Ronaldo.
So, by the way, I'm never making fun of typos. I just wanted to let you guys know. I just like joking around.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Sykes!
Sykes,
What's
what's up? How are you doing? Let's get back into this asshole. So basically, because of this in the 70s, this is why parents today still check their kids' candy to see if it's been tampered with. This is one of the many reasons.
That, and you should always check your kids' candy.
Anyway.
Because you're getting them from strangers.
So we covered this the other with Mikey, but I think I want to touch base on it again because it kind of
That was
fits. So, the apple with the razor blade in it. Now, this is where the urban legends come in.
You know what?
What did I just do?
You brought up the razor keyword. If you're giving out fruit for Halloween, you deserve to have a rumor made about you, so you don't ever take fruit, because it should be candies. Full-size Snicker bars.
That's what I said. I was like, what the fuck happened? Why would you be handing out
Snickers.
apples? Although, I'm so down for a caramel apple.
That's communism.
Oh, come on.
Not
So,
on Halloween. It's got to be full-size Snickers.
apples have been bobbing around Halloween
She said bobbin.
since the days of Celtic mythology.
Do you think they go bobbing for apples in the Lorena Bobbitt household?
Yes. Yes, they do. But they're different kind of apples. How do you like them apples? The game was initially supposed to be a romantic party game.
Oh, go to Sykes' comment real fast.
Okay,
He's doing something really
ADD.
cool. I'm sorry, I just saw it. Right there. Bottom
Oh,
right.
that's so cool.
That's cool, Sykes.
That is
awesome.
awesome. I used to, and I gotta figure out how to do it around here again. I used to teach swim lessons to my brain just stopped, to kids
With special needs?
and special needs adults. And then I also did makeup for prom for special needs adults. So that is super awesome. You rock, by the way. You despise razor blades. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. So
bobbing for apples.
it used to be a romantic party game wherein, like, people would throw an apple into the tub that they had marked.
This is a romantic party game.
Hold on. They would mark it, like, either with a name, like a letter on it, or they do something to mark it, right? And they throw it in the tub of apples in the water. And if your true love would successfully grab it using only their teeth, you were meant to be.
I got something you can grab with only your teeth. Screaming in the middle of the night. Ah! I was kidding! I was kidding!
Oh, you made some friends there? That's awesome. I had so much fun with the prom. That was so much fun. Making everybody feel pretty. I loved it. So, in 1902, a twist was added. So, basically, the apple skin would be peeled off once it was grabbed with the teeth and dropped onto the ground. And it was said that the letter that the apple peel would form is the first initial of your true love.
It's all.
So, let's be real. People are pretty lucky to grab an apple at all.
People are pretty lucky to grab an apple at all back in the 1500s. Whenever it was created.
And, it's, if somebody put a razor in there, I'd imagine actually you could grab it easier.
I don't think, okay, honestly, if you bit into an apple with a razor in it, more than likely, your teeth are going to catch it. And
yeah, it would suck.
It would feel weird, but it's not going to cut into your teeth, though. Because
So-
bone is pretty hard.
Basically, I just wanted to talk about the bobbing for apples part too. So the old razor and apple story stems from the 1960s rumor that 20 apples in New Jersey were found containing razor blades in them. The story was a hoax. The razor blade in the apple, the social construction of urban legends. Herbal legends, yes. Was written by Joel Best and Gerald T. Horucci.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing
And they
at this.
expounded on this whole idea. So, think about it. I would be less worried about the razor blade and more worried about all the nasty germs from all of these people just shoving their faces in this water
Look, they're
over
already-
and over again, and all the
they're already-
saliva.
They're already at an orgy.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think it matters.
Stephen P. Kitty Cat said it's basically the key party.
What did he...
Not now.
Oh, okay.
When we talked about it last time.
Oh, man.
So, I am like trying to grab hair out of my mouth and it's not okay. Woo. Let's get into the next guy. Let's get back into the murders. So, two friends, Leslie Ann Mazzara and Adrian Insogna, were stabbed late one night on Halloween.
You know, if they had a Gwendolyn in there, too, that would be the three
well,
pretty bad
so
names. Leslie, obviously, and then Gwendolyn.
okay.
Sorry.
So, Leslie Mazzara, Adrian Insogna, and their friend Lauren Minza were busy handing out candy to trick-or-treaters in their Napa, California home on Halloween night of 2004. Sometime around 11 p.m., the three women went to bed, not knowing that there would be one more visitor that night. Minza woke to a scream from upstairs and ran out of the house and drove away, leaving her friends behind.
Well, good for her.
Never called the police.
What happened exactly again?
So they all went to bed.
Okay.
And because they were handing out candy on trick or treat or for trick or treaters on 2004 Halloween.
Okay.
And they just went to bed. It was like sometime around 11 o'clock. They went to bed.
And she just woke up screaming and left.
No, she woke up to blood-curdling screams in the upstairs bedrooms.
So what did it turn out to be?
They were getting murdered.
Oh.
She literally drove off while her friends were being murdered.
She's all, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. Hey, Beth, how are you?
She saw
Hey.
this is the last time I do this.
So she woke up to a scream from the bedrooms upstairs, ran out of the house, drove away.
So she was
all peace.
So the killer had to sneak past her, and she was sleeping downstairs, right? Or was she in another bedroom?
She may have just been in a different bedroom.
Is she in jail right now?
No,
Really?
she's not.
She didn't call the police. Nothing. She just went home.
Fuck these bitches, I gotta go.
Yeah. No, seriously, she just went home. How is she not in trouble?
So, both of them were stabbed to death upstairs. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
Eric Matthew Koppel, a friend of one of them, turned himself in and confessed to the murders. He's never told his motives. He's now serving a life sentence without parole.
Did this happen in California?
Yes, Napa.
There you go. It didn't matter if he got the death penalty or not. The death penalty there's a moratorium on the death penalty, so
That's him.
So he just went upstairs, went past this chick who was already asleep, probably checked on her, probably saw it was one of his, I don't want to kill them, and then went up there and killed these other people.
Yeah, wow, what a friend.
Yeah. Look, I get
the fight or flight.
I get the fight or flight, but once you get to a safe spot, the normal reaction is call the cops, and she didn't do that. Yeah, that is a terrible friend right there.
Yep. Oh, toolbox.
How is the toolbox killer at Halloween
It is.
thingy?
So, check this out. The final murder that they committed
Was on Halloween?
was on Halloween of 79.
Halloween!
You guys know this lovely mug. We've talked about him before.
We haven't talked about the toolbox killers yet.
Yes, we have. We've touched base on them.
We touched base on them.
Yeah.
I actually would like to really go.
We're going to get more in depth about this piece of shit.
No, there's two.
These piece of shits. Yes.
Yeah, they audio recorded all of their
That's
attacks
how they
and
got
rapes.
caught.
It's not how they got caught.
I
But
said part of how they got convicted, I should say.
they played their audio tapes in the entire audio tape of one of their rapes, murders, everything like in court, and it had jurors like actually practically leaving.
I would have been throwing up probably.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So the one that we saw in the picture here is Lawrence Bittaker. There you go. His lovely mug again. Those strong jawbones, right?
The funny thing is, I want to say that they got put in jail prior to. That's how they met, was in jail in Atascadero. But then I want to say Kemper, while he was in jail the first time for killing his grandparents, they were all of them. The toolbox killers and a couple others are all in the same penitentiary at the same time,
Yeah.
which was Atascadero, I think.
Oh, yeah. So in 1979, Shirley Ledford was hitchhiking home from a Halloween party when she got picked up by two men in a dingy van. She didn't know who they were, obviously. It was Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris. They were famous for picking up female hitchhikers and torturing them with tools typically found in a toolbox that they had of their own making.
Hence.
Yes.
So they got their names. Actually, I think they got their names after they're caught. Then,
Yes.
which is
They were often... They took a lot of pictures and they would record during their slayings.
Mm-hmm.
So after torturing Ledford, they dropped her body off on a stranger's lawn.
well.
And that became the pair's fifth and final victim
Happy Halloween.
after a friend turned them in. Bittaker was sentenced to death, but died of natural causes in 2019. Norris was only given 45 years because he cooperated with the investigation.
What, just to find the bodies?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound crass or messed up here, but
Yeah,
that's all he helped with, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can go ahead and give you the whatever."
exactly.
No, he should have been put to death too. I'm pretty sure. I think he's probably still alive too.
All horrific criminals have really good chins. I don't have one, so you're safe. It's because I was like, look at that strong jawbone.
Well, he was
I'm not hitchhiking. That sounds like a terrible idea.
He was one of the he was the one who believed that he loved every one of his victims too. Every girl that he sexually assaulted, all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole thing in there with him, man. And it's the Toolbox Killers is one of those, you know, big just murderers that's got a lot to talk about. I mean, a huge amount of stuff to talk about.
So, what's worse than being killed by a psycho?
Being killed by a not psycho.
Being killed by a psycho dressed as Little Bo Peep.
So we're about to get into some
So,
dead baby jokes real fast. We're like, wait, what are we doing? No. We're gonna they're taking us down. I was like, I got 1 million of them, but you know, they're pretty bad.
So this is going into urban legends again. So, a psychic once predicted on a talk show, just which one remains sort of vague, that a Halloween mass murder will happen on a college campus. Sometimes only young women will be the victims. Sometimes the axe or knife-wielding killer will either be dressed as Little Bo Peep or wearing the Scream mask.
Was this John Edwards?
Probably.
Was he just fishing for answers here?
Probably. It will happen at one of the bigger colleges.
It could happen at a college.
Or one that starts with a certain letter.
They all start with certain letters.
Or one whose colors are orange and black.
That's pretty vague.
Or one that is conveniently located near a lake, pond, river, or railroad tracks.
That's literally every single one of them. This is John Edwards. He's just fishing for answers. Someone today is going to die in the world.
Yeah. Right?
I have a feeling too. Someone's going to die in the world.
I'm
Psychics,
thinking somebody's name starts with a J. J, right? J.
I don't know. We can just go on about this for about 4 or 5 hours and lead everyone on if you want.
6.5.
We'll do 6.5 hours and lead everyone on. I'm not schizophrenic.
Oh no, that is scary, right? So, hold on a second. Let me do this. There we go. So, has this ever really happened? Because this thing has actually been floating around since the 60s.
It probably had.
No.
It's not that it happened. It has its roots in reality, like all the urban legends do.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the man with the hook, dragging it at Lover's Lane.
That, and then you have like the Slender Man and stuff like that. It's just an updated version of the Boogeyman. And then you have what's the new one? There's another one after Slender Man too now.
I don't know.
Momo. All that stuff.
Oh, Momo.
It's all updated Boogeyman stuff, you know, and then they all have their roots in like reality somewhere, you know, where they, you know, the Boogeyman, watch out for him. It's basically saying watch out for strangers and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, so Travis says, when I went hitchhiking, I had fun most of the time. There was only 5 or 6 times that there was something bad. That's a lot of times. I'm sorry. Hey, Mud!
Hey! I think that's is it Natalie?
Natalie,
or is it Mikey?
I don't know.
I'm
We won't know until
We're
they
gonna
say.
find out. We're gonna find out.
So, has this ever actually happened? No. Hey,
It's
Mikey!
Hey, Mikey! I want to dip my balls in it.
Oh boy.
Which one was that? Was that?
Hi, Nat. I'm just gonna stop him right now.
I'm doing Ben Stiller's skit.
Yes, we talked about Candyman and Bloody Mary. Oh wow, 39 states in a year. That's pretty cool. That is.
Honestly, there's 2 things I do want to do. If we actually ever get the money, like a lot of money, just go hitchhiking across the United States. You know.
No, I'm good with the hitchhiking.
I think we could do it. I think we'd have fun with it.
I think I would get murdered and my titties cut off or some shit. I don't know.
It's show prep. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but
okay,
it is.
Anyway. Has this ever happened? No, it has not. So,
Not yet.
A campus would be a perfect place to spread rumors of this kind of thing.
A lot of things spread easy at campuses. I'll tell you that right now.
Times reported that in 2019 that there were actually 5 people murdered at a college party here in California. On Halloween. It did take place at an Airbnb. And, you know, there's that. No money 10 Modelo's in. Nice.
Modelos. Hey, Mikey, you're drinking your Modelos and you love the Doyers? Huh? You like the Doyers?
Doyers.
The Doyers. Hey, the Doyers are doing good, Mikey.
I wouldn't go hitchhiking. The Happy Face Killer. Mikey.
Okay. You wouldn't go hitchhiking, but would you do the Pacific Coast Trail? I would love to do the Pacific Coast Trail.
Yeah.
Start off in the Mojave, and then you end up in was it Oregon?
Yeah.
That's where the Sierra.
So this is a quick one. Martha Moxley died after attending a Halloween party. Her body was found in the backyard of her home in Connecticut. So the night before Halloween in 1975, 15-year-old Martha Moxley left her Connecticut home to attend a costume party. On Halloween morning, she was found dead in the backyard, beaten to death with a golf club.
My nose itches.
Yeah, mine does too. 25 years later, Michael Skakel, who was also 15 at the time, was convicted of the murder and sentenced to 20 years to life. He maintained his innocence, though.
Did he get out?
On May 4th, 2018, the Connecticut Supreme Court vacated his conviction. In 2020, CNN reported the case was reopened to the public. So
he's not out.
he's out.
He's out.
He is out. They overturned his conviction.
Vacated does not mean overturned.
They not only did they overturn it, but they took it off of his record. That he was even like.
Did they give him money for screwing up his life?
I don't know.
I would hope they did.
It was in Connecticut. I don't know.
It's Connecticut. I'm pretty sure they did.
So.
Oh God.
What?
I don't know.
Rodney.
Pierre? Pears?
Yeah. So, I cannot with this. Yeah, I can't either. Delphine and Dead Guy, y'all look awesome. Thank you. I cannot with this. All right, give us 1 second. We're actually going to go to commercial break, and we will be right back.
This is Mikey from Out of the Ordinary, and you're watching PBDC TV.
Oh, hi. First thing in the morning, when I'm listening to music and getting a little bit of time for some creepy research, I'm always representing with my PBDC merch. What a better way to have a cup of coffee in the morning.
Don't forget to check out our other cool merch at rootsbleedred.com. That's rootsbleedred.com.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
Trick or treat. Guess what kind of candy this is? I'm in California. It's completely legal.
Okay. So what are you,
So we are going to be talking about,
pears?
Rodney Pears. So when Yoshihiro Hattori, a Japanese exchange student, went out on Halloween night in 1992, he was heading to
The bodies of chaos are coming for you. The bodies of chaos are coming for you.
Good morning!
Okay. It's the bunnies of chaos! Wait, what's going on? Okay, what did Natalie say real fast? So there was a serial killer that was apprehended. No, I'm
There
sorry.
was a serial killer that has been arrested somewhere around Philly somewhere. It was found, or they were found to have eaten some of his victims and even shared the ribs with the neighbors. Oh, shit.
Now, let me ask you guys this question real fast.
I want to ask the neighbors, did it taste good?
Well, yeah, if you happen to have been the neighbors and you found out you did eat humans, how would you feel right now? Because
I feel like, damn, those were good ribs.
I'd
man.
probably be saying that too. Like, dear God, that was the best ribs I've ever had.
I hope you brought enough candy to share with the group. There's a reason he's like this right now.
Yeah, that feeling before the show.
Jesus Christ. Delphine, you gonna put some in the trick-or-treat bag?
yeah, we'll get arrested. I mean, we can.
Oh my God, get out the TV, you crazy woman. I know, right? He's like, gross man!
Gross, man. Oh, wow. That's pretty death metal-y.
Yeah. Well, I've always loved bacon. And we know the bacon story.
Oh, what was the bacon story again?
Hello, Willie Picton.
Oh! I forgot. I don't think I would be... That's probably the other side of me where I wouldn't like... I'm not
We
exactly...
have hellhounds in the background.
Yes, our Mastiff is barking at something. I wouldn't be grossed out. I don't know. I think I'd be pissed that he didn't at least let me know. But then that would make me an accomplice. So...
All right, so when Yoshihiro Hattori, a Japanese exchange student, went out on Halloween night in 1992, he was headed to a party in New Orleans. Unfamiliar with the neighborhood, Hattori struggled to find the address of the event. When he eventually thought he found the house, he knocked and got no answer. He walked back towards his car, and suddenly, the door of the house opened. And Hattori said, "We're here for the party." But the man in the doorway shot Hattori with a revolver. Just outright. It turns out Hattori was indeed at the wrong address. Mikey says, Vigo, you look fucking awesome, bro.
Thank you.
So, the part that you missed right now was, he knocked on the door. And nobody answered, so he decided to walk towards his car. Suddenly the house of the door opened. Hattori said, "We're here for the party," but the man at the doorway just shot him with a revolver.
What the hell? Hey, Nadine.
Hey, Nadine!
So, you know, it was there. Then someone opened the door and...
Shot him.
Wow.
Yeah. So, he's trying to say, oh, I thought, you know, he was robbing me. Bullshit. It's Halloween, bro. It's Halloween in New Orleans, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
And so he said, "We're here for the party," and he got shot. So it turns out Hattori was indeed at the wrong address. When police questioned the homeowner, who I just showed, Rodney Pears, he claimed that he had been scared
What?
and that he thought that the student was trespassing on his property with criminal intent
He was at your front door
on Halloween.
on Halloween.
And he said, "We're here for the party."
There
So-
is no way you're getting out of this one.
He was charged with manslaughter, but tried to invoke the Castle Doctrine.
Even the Castle Doctrine doesn't apply to that. He was at your front door.
Well-
You shot him dead.
So he did invoke the Castle Doctrine and was found not guilty.
Oh, really?
Yep. So, Japan Today told in 2012, Hattori's father said, "Sometimes I feel like he's still in America. Someday, he'll come back home." I say to myself,
Wow.
like, what the fuck? That
Yeah.
Castle Doctrine does not count there. I'm sorry.
No,
They
it
were
doesn't.
wrong.
Because it doesn't matter if you're on your front doorstep. It is.
He said, "We're here for the party." Yeah. So, yeah, who does that? Who sent somebody to the wrong address for the party? You know what? He
Well,
was
it's
an
a-
exchange student. He doesn't know Louisiana. New Orleans is a very crazy city.
What year was this?
1992. Yeah,
No,
that's
that-
hogwashed.
That is very much because there is no way. You had to be in the act of breaking into someone's house to invoke the Castle Doctrine.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. All you got to do is feel threatened, I guess.
Yeah.
What party? Who said party? I'm the dude.
It's pretty simple, though. Did he have any guns or weapons on him? No. There's no signs of a struggle. No, nothing going on here. You don't have any bruises on you. Why didn't you just close the door in his face? You know?
Great. Thanks, Beth. That's going to be stuck in my head now. So, Peter Fabiano.
But you're going to say, I swear to God, that you're going to say Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Peter Fabiano died in what police said was a crime of passion in the late 50s. When Peter and Betty Fabiano went to sleep on Halloween night in 1957, they thought they were finished with trick-or-treaters. But in the middle of the night, the doorbell of their Los Angeles home rang. Peter got out of bed and brought the candy to the door. On the doorstep was a woman wearing a mask. She raised her hand, which was in a paper bag, and shot him in the chest. She died instantly. There's no way that's a crime of passion. He died instantly.
Crime of passion is.
Oh, here you go.
Well,
There you go. I can tell you why it's a crime of passion.
yeah, there's some
So-
emotional intent there.
The Los Angeles Times, according to Los Angeles Times, the police eventually arrested a woman named Joan Rabel, who reportedly was having a sexual relationship with Peter's wife, Betty. It's believed Rabel talked to another woman, Goldine Pizer,
Ugh.
and
Gwendolyn and
convinced her
Goldine.
to murder Peter. Rabel was convicted of second-degree murder along with Pizer and was sentenced to 5 years to life in prison. Both women were later released.
What?
Betty was never tried for any connection in her
Was this
husband's
California?
death. Yep,
It's always California.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Natalie says, yeah, she agreed.
Oh,
Yeah,
agreed, but it's bullshit.
it is.
Or
It's,
agreed, it's bullshit, but he used the law to get away with the crime.
this is one
Absolutely.
of those things where it's I don't know, like I'm a huge, obviously we've talked about guns and all sorts of stuff. We're huge Second Amendment supporters, but the Castle Doctrine, when you can use a law like that, it's pretty different, you know. Like for the vast big part of it, like the Castle Doctrine works, but
Yeah.
that's that one of those times where it's like there is no struggle. Do your job, cops, and investigate.
Cosmo says, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually comes down to the cops. They just didn't want to investigate any further, and they're like, no, we're just gonna go ahead and go along with this shit.
Sounds like Carla Homolka. She got off with murder and she counted quite a lot of people.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So, John Frank Garrett was convicted of strangling a nun to death on All Hallows Eve.
Okay. First of all, there has to be one of those old 1970s pornos with nuns. That's what's going on here, because you're going to see it with the picture. 2, that nun was actually sacrificed, probably more than likely to become a god, and then it becomes black metal and stuff like that.
Well, so this is Johnny Frank Garrett.
Well, we have a lot of people watching us right now, but
Hey!
hey, everybody!
Hey, just got done watching the nice 2018 Halloween movie.
I got to see that before I see the new one. And the new one's coming out.
So, on October 31st, 1981, Sister Today Benz...
Today? Not tomorrow.
Today.
Well, maybe yesterday?
Today.
Well, a couple days
Today,
from now.
Benz's body was found naked
Today's Benz.
in a convent in Texas. The other nuns in the house noticed a broken window in the community room, so they called the police immediately. Authorities found Ben's clothing
Natalie?
and a knife.
I'm sorry, we're just all doing it today.
Yep, today. Authorities found her clothing and a knife under the bed. Meanwhile, an autopsy revealed the nun was stabbed.
I've been there today. Oh man, let's get some red beans and rice later.
Okay.
I'm like super in the mood for that.
Revealed the nun was stabbed. I don't know why they needed to do an autopsy for being stabbed, by the way, but okay.
Well, a naked nun actually probably implies that she might have been.
She was raped.
Oh, she was. Okay, never mind. There you go.
She was raped. She was strangled. She was stabbed.
This is a Cannibal Corpse song.
Yeah. Police arrested a man who lived across the street.
It's all Cannibal Corpse.
He lived across the street, and his name was Johnny Frank Garrett.
The question
After
is,
a witness saw him running from the convent that evening, he was convicted and sentenced to death in 92. His last words were reported to be, "I'd like to thank my family for loving me and taking care of me, and the rest of the world can kiss my ass."
I probably would have said that. I would have been crying, saying, "Please, please." No, I'm just kidding. Okay, real quick. So we obviously agree this is a Cannibal Corpse song, right?
Yeah.
Now, is it George Corpse Grinder, or is it Chris Barnes Cannibal Corpse? Which
Corpse
one?
Grinder.
Are you sure? I'm thinking that more. This is more of a Chris Barnes Cannibal Corpse song. You know, why is there egg yolk in a car?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, it's voodoo.
Nope.
Now, oh, that don't look suspicious. There's a naked nun here. Something happened here.
We don't know what's going on here.
We don't know what's going on at all.
He might have been tortured by a nun, and that's why he did it. They can be quite evil. Yeah, they can.
They can, but didn't you get the hot nun?
Okay.
I'm just saying, what?
Because they sell the organs. Yes. Oh, that don't look suspicious.
There is a
That is a weird name for a nun. Yeah.
Today?
Today.
What?
Today.
Tomorrow.
Hey, Ronald.
Hi, Ronald!
All right.
Just going back to
So,
Natalie's. That doesn't look suspicious here. Why is there a naked nun? There's something going on here.
something happened. I'm not
Nuns
sure.
don't get naked in the convent. What is...
So here, what is going on here?
Splooge.
Splooge. It's just ectoplasm, guys.
Ectoplasm all over the place.
See, Corpse Grinder, thank you!
I don't think so. I think Barnes. I think this is Corpse Grinder taking a Barnes song and making it better because he's George Corpse Grinder. How about that? I'll agree
Usually that involves rulers. Yes.
I'm not opposed to that. I'm not.
Naked nuns. All right, so...
Can you buy a nun's
Okay,
outfit?
anyway. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Anyway. You see this picture here?
It's Splooge.
Yeah. So, Carl Jackson was killed...
Jackson.
Ow.
Sorry.
After a confrontation over a car egging. Throwing eggs on Halloween night
that a
is
Mustang?
typically a harmless prank, but in 1998 it turned deadly
Whoa.
when 21-year-old Bronx resident Carl Jackson and his girlfriend went to pick up her son from a party. Teenagers threw eggs at their car. Jackson got out of the car to yell at the pranksters to stop it. In response, One of the teenagers pulled a gun and shot Jackson in the head. Yeah, that's the appropriate response.
So they egged his car, then blew his brains out.
Yep.
What a piece
When
of
he
shit.
got out of the car to say something. He
Yeah.
died instantly. 17-year-old Curtis Sterling
Where
was
was it at?
charged. Bronx.
It was a gang initiation.
Yep.
That's what that was.
Curtis Sterling was charged with second-degree murder and criminal possession of a weapon. He was convicted and is serving 20 years. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And according to the New York Times, he receives a card in the mail every Halloween that reads, "I'm glad you're still there." It's from Carl Jackson's mom.
Wow. Wow.
Right? The car looks cool.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, so that's a pretty,
It does. That is a nice Mustang, though. You can tell. I think you can tell it's a Mustang by looking at it.
oh, that's a Mustang, for sure.
Are you a Mustang lady, Natalie? Just asking. You look like
you don't
a
see the stuff she posts?
Are you a Ford girl? I think you're a Ford girl.
I like old Mustangs. Anyway.
I like
William Lisk
No, the new
killed
Shelbys are
his
freaking awesome.
family
Yeah.
on
He
Halloween.
did. I'm
Not-
sorry. I
Not
always.
Lisk.
Oh. List.
And that's John List.
John List killed his family on Halloween too, I think.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was a week after. It was like a couple days after. It was.
She says I'm a Cuda girl.
Oh, Barracuda.
Touche.
Wait.
Okay, would you stop it?
It makes me look like a cowboy. Look at me. I'm so much of a cowboy with my lips like this.
He's way too amused by this. All right, so in 2010, 16-year-old Devin Griffin came home on
AMCs are
Halloween
pretty awesome. I'm sorry.
to cut. In 2010, 16-year-old Devin Griffin came home on Halloween to play video games after attending church and spending the previous night at a sleepover. He noticed that the Michigan home was way too quiet, so he went to check on his family. According to Sandusky Register, Griffin proceeded to find his stepfather in bed covered in blood.
No way.
When police arrived, they found 2 more bodies, Griffin's mother and brother. Police eventually learned that the murderer was, in fact, the stepfather, William Lisk.
So he killed everyone and killed himself.
Yes. So Lisk beat the older stepbrother, Derek Griffin, or the other older brother, I should say, Derek Griffin, with a hammer. Hold on a second. Shot his father 5 times. Sexually assaulted the mother.
Is this a real one?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it is. Lisk pled guilty to 3 accounts of aggravated murder to avoid death penalty, but was found dead in his prison cell in 2015 from a self-inflicted wound.
Okay, we need to say this. I want to do more research on this guy. There's got to be a whole backstory with this shit. There's no way this guy didn't have any issues prior to this,
Of course he
or
did.
other things that happened in the past. You know.
Yep.
Oh, car shows. Yeah.
I miss car shows.
Uh.
So here we go. This is the last brutal killing on Halloween. So a brutal killing on Halloween night in 81 that still remains unsolved. I'm just going to show you because it's a very short one. Save.
Oh, you guys are talking about cars. Yeah, Cuda's the Hemi Cuda. It's absolutely hands down awesome. Then Beth said was 19. She likes the 1961 Bel Air. You can put up to 8 people in the trunk. It's like our new Mazda we just got. It's a huge. The trunk's like massive in there. Oh my god, that thing is like awesome.
All right, so check this out, guys. This is all we have for the pictures for this one. I
Well, it's
think
just
that the
one.
actual pictures that they had were way too brutal to put up. And so this is the apartment in Manhattan where Ronald Sisman and Elizabeth Platzman were beaten to death in their apartment on Halloween night before being shot dead. They were beaten and shot.
They
Sorry.
just came in, beat them to death, shot them, and that was that, and walked out.
The apartment was completely ransacked. Nothing seemed to be missing. The case remains unsolved.
Huh.
Yeah. So, let's go back into one more urban legend, guys. Do you want to do light as a feather, stiff as a board? Or...
Yes, because I'm a huge Kraft fan. I'm sorry.
So this one's been
I know
a
you
favorite for girly
Wouldn't
sleepovers.
know that by
For-
looking at me, but the original movie with the Kraft, I freaking loved it. I watched the hell out of it, and this whole scene was awesome.
So this has been a favorite of girly sleepovers for generations. The game is quite simple. One person lies on the floor, arms crossed. The others get all around them and put 2 fingers underneath. Would you stop it?
That was the joke from the Kraft.
Then someone tells a story about an imaginary dead person, or sometimes there's chanting involved.
Domine. Domine huraxien.
Well, so at the very end, the whole group in unison will say light as a feather, stiff as a board, over and over again as they try to lift the body off the floor with just your fingers.
Okay, so what happens if one of them is dyslexic and is saying light as a board, stiff as a feather? Does that like summon like the
Anyway,
Antichrist? The
So,
one like he's the
rules have
the
changed
super
a little.
like weird Antichrist.
Anyway, the rules have changed a little from the time in 1665 when Samuel Pepys actually witnessed 4 young girls successfully levitate a small boy, and now it's turned into, cute teenage games.
Yeah. Back then it was all demonic possession and shit. Now it's everyone just hangs out with the devil.
I just wanted to, pull this one up because I thought
Can
it
you
was a cool
imagine we've
picture.
actually entered a time now where Lucifer is almost a brand name?
It sort of is, actually.
The
Anyway.
end times is near.
So,
Sorry.
does this popular party game really work? Well, yeah, actually.
Yeah,
It
you're
can. The
high on
group must
PCP.
concentrate as one mind, which helps everyone lift the body in unison. By doing so, each person actually lifts around 20 to 40 pounds, depending on the weight of the person.
Yeah, but that's full and grabbing.
Akin to carrying a loaded grocery bag,
they're doing
which you
this.
can easily do with 2 fingers. If you're still unsure, check out Kraft.
Baby. Baby. Baby.
I'm done. No,
Baby.
you stop.
There's what you do with 2 fingers.
You stop. It looks like Sesame Street. It looks like the apartment from Notting Hill. The babies. Yes. I don't have this on the list though.
What was it?
The 78 babysitter murders.
But okay, Chris the Ross.
I
Man.
still want to know exactly what happened to the guy that hit Stephen King with the car. Stephen King flipped in the air. Ta-da! Done!
Ta-da! Done. And there's another Family Guy. Every single time we have a Family Guy reference, it's just happening.
You better watch out because some of the Sesame Street characters are quite dangerous, especially when Oscar the Grouch goes ballistic.
Doesn't he do the John Wick thing?
We used to do that at sleepovers, and it works. Yes, it does. Oh, she says it doesn't work. Okay, yeah, you can't pick up... But yeah, no, you can pick up people with enough people.
Not with 2 fingers.
Maybe we were just too fat as kids. See, that's where I stood on that one. I was just too fat as a kid.
I only had one friend, so it was a pretty awkward 2 fingers
Yes,
and him trying to...
The scene in the Kraft, yes.
Well, I'm saying I only had one friend. It was pretty awkward when he was trying to do the light of the feather. Stiff as
Yeah,
a
and the
board.
guy just died, no medical reason.
We're just going to change subjects when I talk about some
Yes.
horrible things in my childhood.
Yes, we are.
I'm kidding.
All right, so let's see. I have another one in here.
Do you? Did you tell me that one is?
80s kids, do you remember how legit Halloween urban legends were?
I was too legit to quit back then. I'm not going to lie.
Apparently.
I was.
That's what it says up here.
Yeah.
So, 2014 story in which an old man died in a haunted house attraction and wasn't discovered for weeks. That story wasn't true, but the one about Elmer McCurdy, who died in 1911 and resurfaced as a funhouse dummy in 76, is true. If that isn't creepy enough, there are other true stories out there. In 1990, a New Jersey teen accidentally hanged himself on a Halloween hayride, according to the Thought Catalog.
I want to see
He
this.
wasn't discovered until he failed to deliver his speech when the driver stopped.
Oh, wait a second. He was supposed to give a speech and he accidentally hung himself?
Yeah, he was hung in the hayride.
So I was hung in the hayride once too.
Okay, anyway.
High five. No,
No, you don't get a high five on this
I
one.
do. That was a good one. That was a really good one. I was hung in the hayride once. Yes, that was.
Hurry up.
Okay.
Okay.
So they didn't
Wait,
catch him.
stop.
They
There
didn't-
are more.
They didn't find him.
Freaked talks about another boy who was observed struggling in a noose by passers-by. They thought he was part of the Halloween festivities. And another kid accidentally hanged himself while decorating his aunt's home.
I'm so. God
Then
damn.
there are the suicides. The woman who hung herself in 2005 and wasn't reported for hours because they thought she was just a Halloween dummy.
Well, it didn't matter.
A
after
man
that.
who shot himself in the head and was thought to be a Halloween prop
Holy fucking shit!
on the porch, and he was left on the porch for 3 days. Oh my god!
Wait,
Hold on, I'm gonna grab that in a second, Natalie.
give us a second.
Thankfully, the best body prop was a fake fabricated in Texas by a man in 2012 who created a very lifelike body using newspaper and masking tape.
But-
and it was actually so believable that the cops were called multiple times and then he was asked to take it down.
Wait, were these all props that we were talking about? Like,
This
so-
last one was.
Okay, but the other ones were. So,
The other ones were not props.
I mean, I'm just saying you were saying people found it so tragic that she killed herself on Halloween, but
I didn't say that anyone found
Oh.
it tragic.
I heard that in my head then.
You must have.
Okay, anyway, so
What I said was she hung herself, and for 5 hours, everybody was like, oh, that's a really cool decoration.
can you imagine if she absolutely hated Halloween decorations in life? And then she became a Halloween decoration.
So, Natalie, stop for a second.
Sorry.
Natalie is a McCurdy, by the way. Elmer McCurdy is the outlaw who died in 1911 and was resurfaced as a funhouse dummy in 1976.
Really?
Yes. So she said, he's a distant relative of mine.
This is-
No shit, Elmer was a dumbass. Worst train robber ever. I'm a McCurdy. Tragic.
Oh man.
If you were to keep bothering her, that will be the next. And
we'll
we
be
will be
having-
having a funeral for you. I remember.
I had to get a high five. I'm sorry. That was
I
pretty
remember
witty of
watching
me.
a documentary about a haunted attraction that used real bones and people didn't even know it. Yeah.
You know what we found out actually, because I'm doing research on a show that we're talking about between all of us, the Chop House or the Human Chop House, right? No,
Yes.
yeah, that one. Basically, like
Human Chop Shop.
Human Chop Shop. There you go. You can like they basically sell human body parts to be for cadavers and stuff like that to be what is it dissected and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I found out by listening to this podcast on it. And you can actually us.
You
right
can
now,
legally buy body parts.
You can buy body parts.
I almost bought.
You can buy a head.
I almost bought a scapula off Ipsy.
You can literally buy a human head. And there's only a couple states where it's like the are pretty strict about the buying body parts, and California is not one of them. I found out.
Well, so I just wanted to let you guys know as we're
Sorry.
hitting the end here. The costume contest the entries have been extended for 2 more days from now. So
You got to do the thing. There you go. Now you
No,
go with your hand. You got to go with your hand
No.
too. Do your hand like that too. There you go. Now we're Biodome. Have you seen them Biodome? Thank you. I love you.
yes, I love you too. All right, so the costume entries are still coming in. We've given now to the 10th, so we're extending the entire contest. So after the 10th, we are going to go to the 24th. And the 25th, when we have the interview with Monsters is Real.
Monsters is real.
When we have an interview with those guys, and they're awesome, you guys are going to love them. It's the Pride Combat Guild.
Well, you know what?
And stop for a second.
Being that we're
Stop.
monsters.
Stop for a second. We will be announcing on the 25th during that show who the winners are. Go ahead.
Being that we're monsters, those guys can suck it.
No.
No, they're cool guys. Because they kill monsters.
Hashtag disgusting. Depends on the states as far as the male goes, yes. If you hit a body in the right area on the cadaver, you can make the blades kick.
I want to see that. I'm sorry.
I just left Field of Horrors. They had 5 haunted houses in it. Nice.
Where are you at, Nadine?
New York.
New York. Okay, cool.
Love those guys. All right, so
They're rad.
yeah,
They're super cool.
The Monsters is Real, guys. If you get the chance, check them out on YouTube.
Because we're monsters and
And check out
they hunt
it's called
monsters.
Pride Combat Guild if you want to check that out. They're pretty awesome. I'm so excited for this. So Aka is going to be actually talking to them as well as Hexus. And I do believe Mother de la Mort may join us on this, which will be awesome. They're going to be surrounded by monsters.
Monsters.
Monsters is real.
Monsters is real.
So, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Please make sure to go to psychobunnydc.com.
Do we have anything going on tomorrow night or no? No, we don't.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
So make sure to go to psychobunnydc.com for the submissions for the costume contest and voting when we start that. We will be doing the voting all on our website. You guys got to go check it out. Also, if you ever get the chance, we do have a members only section on the website. So lots of movies that you want to check out.
Movies. And then when we do really graphic shows,
Yep,
where
we
can't
also do that.
post to Facebook, we send it over to YouTube and to the main page where you can actually comment without getting in trouble. But we do watch out for trolls.
Yep, very awesome. Thank you, love you guys, love you too. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Natalie!
I'm glad you forgot about being sick for a little while.
Yeah, that was not.
Password is Run Rabbit Run, by the way,
Yes.
for the members only section.
Yep, run rabbit run.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. What?
Sunday.
Sunday we're gonna finish up Dean Coral.
Dean Coral is going to be a brutal episode. The part 2 is going to be brutal for Sunday at 5:30 or 8:30 Eastern.
Yep.
Yes.
In fact, hold on a second. Yeah, we'll just replace that with it.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye.